upload. So I recently went to stream a year as a cameraman. Because of that, I was around a lot of people that were really motivated, really talented, really funny. And it kind of made me reflect a lot on myself and my own uploads, my streams. And I realized I'm a lazy piece of shit. I'm very inconsistent, especially on my channel, which by the way, I have almost hit 85,000 subscribers, guys. So if you want to subscribe, you can. That'd be sick. The whole point of this video really is to kind of fix that. I do want to upload more on that channel in particular. And I do kind of want to figure out, I guess, what I'm doing on my streams. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't know how to stream. I've been kind of messing around. That's half the problem. Because I was recording at StreamerU, I only really got to see the classes that I was filming, which was Sinners. And I heard a lot about one person in particular's classes that were really, really good. That person is, unfortunately, Ludwig. Even though he fat shames me for some reason.
Where is the rest of it?
Rosii ate it.
Rosii had it?
Really? But regardless, I'm here to learn. So I'm gonna go through all of his lectures in this video and then kind of see if there's anything at the end that I actually learned and took away from it and that I can apply to myself. But yeah, the usual, down below, like, dislike, let me know if you don't like this, let me know if you do like this. And maybe today, we'll learn something about streaming together. Every lecture from Lud.
I got great news for you all. These are important facts, keep in mind. 92% of streamers do not go live a second time.
That's where I should have stopped.
We're writing down our goals. These are goals that you want to achieve before the end of the year. They're 2026 goals.
What do I want to achieve by the end of the year? At least 50 30th anniversary packs. Freedom. That's good. One thing I've noticed genuinely about me, I don't really collab for my streams. I would like to naturally collab more frequently. And when I mean naturally, I want it to feel like I'm not forcing it. Because I feel like when you force collabs, it can set a weird tone and it's not natural. I want to make a created video that isn't a vlog. So I want to actually make a video that is fully off stream that is not a vlog. Because I think that'll kind of get me more in the motion of making videos, which was the goal originally. And then I was like, not sure how to do it. So I just kept making vlogs and then I kind of fell out of love with doing it. Vlogs are good until like the actual video doesn't work and doesn't make sense. My current goal right now is to make all the stuff that I like doing on stream consistently repackaged across everything. So I want to make pack openings and everything, but it's kind of hard for me to figure out how I want that done. Post everything I like doing on all platforms. And then, yeah, steal an animal from Alveus. It's the biggest thing. Figure out what my main focus is. I've gone between horror games and now packs. I want to figure out what I want to focus on and just make that the primary and everything else is secondary.
I need you guys to be writing down who your streaming goats are. It is important for you to study what you are passionate about.
Okay, I would personally put Queso. I think the way he plays games and his structure is perfect. And it's something that I would love to do. I would say Joe Bart. Although he does a lot more stuff, but I like how he does games. I'm not gonna lie, Ray. I saw her play Resident Evil and it made me want to play Resident Evil. That's straight up why I played Requiem, was because of Ray. And I'm gonna say Squeaks. Squeaks is another person that I look at as someone who streams the way I would like to stream if I took streaming seriously.
Study your goats. I'm gonna give you a few examples of people who I like right now. Joe Bart, king of the content funnel. We'll talk about the content funnel a bit later.
Yeah, I think Joe has done that so fucking well. I never heard the term content funnel. That's a really good way to say it.
Any other goals?
To lose weight.
Why do you want to lose weight?
Because I'm fat.
Now, are you saying you're fat or do you...
This is the first day, and then he proceeded to do 6 cafeteria runs per day. Do you enjoy creating content or capturing the crazy ass content you get to capture more? Hard to say. I actually really enjoy this, but at the same time, there is a charm to just like going around and just filming. My ideal is one day I can just do both and really do well in both. I think that is such a funny reality and I'd love to make that an actual thing.
Think of your streams as recording sessions. So what's the ideal amount of time to stream? I would say, how many segments can you get out of the stream? I cap out at around 4. So why is this my best stream? This is the content that I got out of it. 3 VODs just got 14K, 178K, 140K. I got 3 edited videos. I got a couple shorts at $500,000 and $1 million. That's all from one stream.
Damn, Lud is actually fucking insane. I had no idea he did that.
Okay, I want to leave you guys with a quote here. This is from Abe Lincoln. Give me 6 hours to cut a tree and I'll spend 4 sharpening the axe. What's the connection there, Marlon? The connection here is we're spending 4 hours figuring out what we're gonna do on the stream, so then our stream can be the most successful stream it can be, right? It would be genuinely more valuable if you had 8 hours to go live to spend 4 hours figuring out what you're gonna do and then 4 hours doing it than just being live for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
I stream 100 hours a month and my chat calls me a part-time streamer.
What are you using the other time for? Is it for stream?
She hangs upside down like a bat. Bonnie Ratu is what I like to call her.
Guys, that's time. Y'all good? Appreciate y'all being here.
Good class. I don't know if I learnt a lot that I didn't know, but it made me rethink about a lot that I already know. Day 2.
To be a streamer.
Do you want to be a streamer is the question. Ray has asked me this question a few times over the last like 2 years. And she asked me again at Streamer U. And I found that I can't answer that question ever. I'm so bad at it. In my mind, the moment that I say that I want to do it, it's no longer fun. I have to take it seriously. But like, that's kind of stupid though, because you can still have fun. And I said I wanted to be a botanist, right? Do I want to be a streamer? Yeah, I feel like I'm already doing it. But I think I also have way more goals.
I'm gonna show you guys all their revenue and their viewership. We're gonna pocket watch. We're gonna start off with myself.
Let's say category athlete. Blood, just because you fucking cut off your sleeves to show off your biceps does not make you a fucking athlete. I'm not letting this happen.
We're gonna go through some expenses that I have.
Payroll, $225,000. Travel, $55,000. Events, $69,000. Marketing, $10,000. This would stress the fuck out of me. I guess if he's seeing big numbers come in, it doesn't hurt as much.
Let's talk about how much I made. How did I pay for all of that? Merch sales. I got $7,800.
Oh, that helps.
YouTube. That's just the YouTube revenue.
I guess the streams would help, yeah. Bro, that is insane. And his average viewership is pretty insane too.
I do not make as much on Twitch, 57,000. Are pivoting to get most of my bread from sponsors. That's the biggest cut of this. 800,000.
What the fuck? I obviously do know that the people who make the most money in this industry are people who get sponsored the most. But damn. The reason why to me this is really crazy, these two alone in comparison, if you're just streaming and you're not posting it anywhere else, you're missing out on like triple, quadruple the money. Potentially. Not everyone's going to be like this, obviously. Not everyone's going to have success, blah, blah. But this is potential. Lud looks like he smells like mahogany wood. Does anyone else get that?
You guys can all do this later, by the way. TwitchTracker.com. It will tell you what number you are.
I never look at it. I'm going to be so honest with you. I don't look at Twitch Tracker. And the reason why is because I know people get so fucking lost in this shit. I swore to myself I was not going to be like that. Wait, what? I didn't expect it to be that high. What the fuck? Holy fuck. Egging on is almost my highest category still. 67 hours. At this point, my life is a joke. Is worth more, TikTok follower, Twitch follower, or YouTube follower? This is hard. I think Twitch follower is actually really valuable. If you get a follower on Twitch, they get notified you're live.
It is Twitch. And ultimately, the reason why is the viewer buy-in. The viewer is going to be much more engaged as a Twitch follower than a TikTok follower. Here's the deal. You cannot always be the clip, except for one guy.
But at least he's stable. No, wait. This is way better than but at least he's stable. He kind of set up a way better edit than me. Fuck.
You need to be authentically you at all points. The person they should see in the clip should be the person that they experience in the live stream.
So that's a really good point. Try to translate your stream in the short form is kind of how I would repackage that.
I want you guys to be writing down 3 different stream ideas.
$1 idea, as successful as a $10,000 idea. So it's pretty much you do this with no budget and it can be very successful. If that's the case, then challenge game makes sense. Stream doesn't end until you beat or achieve X thing in game. And then obviously the classic, turn $1 into $10,000. $1,000. An achievable dream that requires a bit of cost initially. You can take more risks and do those ideas more often. What would I do with the 1K? Did I do booster boxes for Crown Zenith? I would do a 100 pack opening and I would make it as hype as possible. $100,000. The higher the budget I think the ideas get, it's not what you think. It's not like, oh, the world is my fucking oyster. Because you never work with that much money. It's gonna be packs again. Open base set in space with Keem. Wait, actually, you know what? Create an IRL horror experience designed by, this is way more than 100K, but imagine Hideo Kojima. That would be so peak.
The clip is second nature. For me, I have to do the opposite. The YouTube video is easy. How do I get a clip? I'm 30 fucking one. I don't know what to do.
That's not all.
That's not that hard.
All right, $100,000 idea. This one's a few years old. 24 hours in the wilderness.
Yeah, actually, the challenge ideas, even what Agent does, that's actually really good with that budget. They're some of my favorite streams as well. Because a part of it, I always think, could I do this? And how would I do it better? Almost backseating. I'm watching the person like, oh, no, they should be making shelter right now. I don't know what they're doing.
Big ideas, big events. Maybe they don't make a lot, but they mean a lot to the people who watch you. If you are not doing things that are exciting to you, exciting to them, viewers slip away. There's a lot of competition out there.
True.
I got one more for y'all. This one is $1 million.
Streamer Games is $1 million?
All right.
$1
Okay,
million?
is it worth it? Streamer Games, year one, guess what it did? It lost money. Year two, about broke even. Year three, guess what it's gonna do? It's gonna make money. The more often you do an event, the better it will perform, right? Doing things multiple times is a good thing. If something works, do it again. This is what you should be doing as a YouTuber, as a streamer, whatever. You are throwing shit at the wall. Something clicks, we're gonna do it again. Don't typecast yourself though. Don't be like one of those people on TikTok, they got one bit, they do it in perpetuity.
Real easy stable.
But if something works, keep doing it.
Okay, so this is day 3. Okay, so we made it through day 2. That was a good lesson. We mostly learned a lot more about diversifying money, what kind of makes the most money, and then what different tiers of like a streamer looks like, and that you are actually considered a top streamer if you're at like 100 plus viewers, which is so true. People don't talk about that enough. If you're over 100 viewers, you are now a big streamer.
Do you guys agree with me? Let's show hands. You think it is valuable to be good at YouTube?
Yeah, of course. I would say YouTube is the most dominant form of social media for a content creator today. I think it's definitely like the powerhouse.
240 million.
Oh, active users.
Okay, now we're
Okay,
cooking.
yeah. Good
YouTube in
pull.
comparison.
Yeah.
2.6 billion.
Yeah, that's a good
All
point.
right. It is the most watched thing on TV. Ultimately, what is the value of being successful on multiple different websites? It's to diversify yourself. If you are
Yeah.
only successful on Twitch, what if your Twitch falls off? What if you get banned? What if Twitch, the website, ceases to exist? The more diversification you have, the more successful you are on multiple platforms, the more safeguarded you are on potential downfalls.
Sure.
I think growing on YouTube is genuinely easier than growing on Twitch.
That is true,
There's
yeah.
no discoverability on Twitch.
That is
YouTube
true. By
is
long,
a
yeah.
scientific game. So guys, what is the #1 skill that you need to learn to become a great YouTuber?
Packaging.
In saying that though, there are definitely a lot of YouTubers who start off and they think they made the fucking perfect thumbnail and title, and they think that's how that works. That's just not how it works. There are definitely chances it can randomly be picked up and pushed. Sometimes you'll have like the greatest thumbnail of all time and the best title, and it will just never be seen. There are a few more factors to it, but I think to be a successful YouTuber, yeah, packaging probably is the dominant thing. Which thumbnail do you think is better? The left one. The two colors that the human eye is drawn to the most, I learned this in marketing, is yellow and red. Red is the most dominant, but yellow is, I think, the second most. That doesn't mean use yellow and red in every thumbnail. Don't do that. I would say when comparing these two, this one definitely draws me immediately because yellow is the focus and you got red here as an outline. I think both communicate what is happening in the thumbnail. Also, you don't even see Michael in this thumbnail. Oh yeah, a lot of you said McDonald's. Yeah, there's a reason why there's just yellow and red. That's it.
The Michael Reeves method. What Michael Reeves does is when he's debating what thumbnail to go with, he blurs his eyes like this and looks at it.
Ah, smart. That is really
Jason, why do
smart.
we have a question? What's up?
What are your thoughts on AI thumbnails?
Disgusting. I feel like people who put AI in their thumbnails, I don't know about anyone else, but like I see AI like a sore thumb. Like, the initial feeling I get when I look at it, I don't want to click on it. I feel like that's how most viewers will feel. And, you know, that can go, again, like when you're doing this shit, it's always about building confidence. It's like building confidence in your viewers, your followers, blah, blah, like community building, all that shit. How are you going to build that when you're using AI slop?
What is your goal? To get people to watch your videos or not watch your videos?
Watch your videos.
Okay, so you can use AI thumbnails if you want to save money and get no viewers, but that's up to you.
Oh,
All right, guys, ready?
shit. What the fuck? That hit. No, I actually like the right thumbnail more with this method because I feel like I identify, I can kind of get an idea of what's happening here. At least for me. I like, they both have red blah blah, but at least I see like a clear person here and then a subject here. That's more interesting to me.
Correct answer.
I fucking suck.
Damn. Holy shit. Ah, it wasn't a waterfall. It was a hole in the cave.
Next part of packaging, y'all. How do you make a good title? Steal that shit.
There is no point to try to create original titles. How many years have we been having people been making YouTube videos? You're not gonna be here like fucking Mozart creating like the brand new title that no one's ever used. And what is even the point of going to those lengths? Because I think another thing people don't really think about is, although a title can be similar to another video, it's still unique because it's made from a different person. So like if it's a challenge video, seeing like Sinner do a certain challenge that maybe Jacksepticeye did like 5 years ago or some shit, they're gonna be very different videos.
I saw this and I thought, that's fun. I made a video called How I Accidentally Won a Chess Tournament.
Oh yeah, I've
That's
seen
a lot of views.
Lud make so many videos that is accidental. At some point, it's not accidental anymore.
And-
Does he do anything on purpose?
All right. We're gonna talk about intros. Guys, I'm looking for the 4 Ps. What are the 4 Ps? Let's go through them.
Premise
We
is
got
one of them.
premise.
Yeah.
What is this video about? You can also think of this as the hook.
Is one of the P's promise? The
Video.
promise to the
Because
viewer
now
for them
somebody's
to,
clicked into
or
it,
like
no
what's going to be in the
fucking
video?
clue streamer. Had a
Problem,
fight
true.
at 1 a.m. Second P, the problem, okay? In most media, there's a problem and you need to solve it. What is the problem? In the context of the fight, I got into beef with someone. I have to resolve this with these hands. This one's optional, but I think it's valuable. It's the plug. Okay, I had a subscriber plug in that one.
Ah, true.
The final one, payoff. In a video, if you set up a premise, you set up a problem, there has to be a payoff. Example of 2 separate videos that I've done. One where I recorded the intro beforehand. The other one where the intro is just from the stream. Look at the difference, bro.
Yeah, it does make a
70%
big
of
diff.
people- Last thing I want to talk about here, guys. Don't trust me. I am someone who succeeded. To do that, it took a lot of luck. When I was a smaller creator, Mr. Beast invited me to his place to do a video with him. So I'm like, what do I gotta do, Jimmy? How do I make it like you? And Mr. Beast, he goes, oh, just make banger videos. You should just make banger videos.
I feel like when you do only banger videos, you gotta be like, okay, what things that I do are too niche now? That probably will also mean you stream less, because if it's banger videos, you probably don't want it to be from a live recording for quality purposes, and also so it maximizes the amount of people that have not seen the content. Yeah, that would fucking suck if you like streaming.
Don't trust me implicitly. Take it all with a grain of salt. All right, take your seats off. The absolute most important thing you can do in a collab, have fun,
Yeah.
okay?
I think people like really do overthink. I need collabs. I need to grow. Blah, blah, blah. If that is your approach, then when are you ever gonna create like a good, genuine relationship whilst you do this shit? Because it's all business at the end of the day. If it's like that, when it's like that, you're never really gonna have as much fun. And the entertainment is not going to be reflected like that either. It doesn't matter what you're doing, who you're doing it with. The goal is to just have fun, good vibes, entertainment. That is the thing.
This is gonna be very important in collabs, and I'm sure you've experienced this. Be careful of what you become in pursuit of what you want. A lot of you guys are very successful streamers at getting clippable moments, posting them to Instagram, TikTok, wherever. Those blow up. And you might notice that a lot of people here maybe go a step too far. They cross interpersonal relationship boundaries to get a clip that will be more successful because they're doing something out of pocket, something a little crazy, something a little wild.
Jesus. I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room. Samson's forearms are so fucking large. This is actually just very impressive to me. More people know you than like. The fuck is that wording? More people know you than like you? Getting hate farm can be a lot of noise. The internet will never give you grace. Streamer friendships are tainted by a third party, the viewer. You cannot control your reputation. I do disagree to a certain degree though, because for example, yeah, like someone said it. I got hate farmed by my friends claiming that I was the worst gamer in the group. And very recently, someone did a marathon and proved that that isn't correct.
To succeed at being the best.
Zoil!
And it's to not lose yourself in the grind. Now, number one, something a lot of people at this university could take a little lesson. Respect goes to everyone. I think Dean Sinat made a mistake. Respect belongs to cameramen. I know he said cameramen shouldn't make content, but people are treating cameramen like absolute trash.
You know what I do appreciate? Actually, people have talked about how cameramen were treated kind of at SU. Instead of just being kind of quiet about it. Because yeah, dude, that was fucking crazy. I felt like shit. is the hardest thing I've ever done by far as SU. I didn't even have the hardest shifts. I'm surprised Drew even wants to speak to anyone anymore.
Introduce yourself to everyone. I have a story. I'm not going to out who this person is. We have a TVU backpack. It's a very expensive backpack. It's what big streamers have because they have a lot of money. Cam had the backpack. Christian was next to him. I'm outside. I'm separate. A streamer at this event walks up, sees the TVU, sparks up a conversation. They start chatting with Christian. Christian.
I thought he was a streamer.
After a while, gives him a heads up. Hey, by the way, I'm not a streamer. Streamer walks away without saying another word.
No way. That is crazy, bro. There's no way that someone was actually just like that. I get it, like they mistook, they thought he was a streamer, but you can at least be respectful. Also, fucking idiot, by the way. A lot of the best people and influential people you can meet are the people behind the scenes.
No matter what size you are. If you are scaling up your team,
This is actually really good stuff to
What
talk
size you
about.
are. You are
Wait,
scaling
I'm
up your
actually,
team.
this is,
If you
I'm
have-
glad he's talking about this. So I feel like a lot of people hire and they don't consider some of these things. Treat anyone you commission as employees. If you eat, they eat. Pretty simple. Be a leader in what you are hoping to accomplish. Communication is key. Like I said, like today, I called my editor to make sure that what I'm thinking, I could articulate it to him instead of just like typing it in Discord. Because I think relationships with employees and stuff, when it's only through message, you can only get across so much. It is actually important to like have meetings, but we're scaling up too fast. And this is the big one. I'm interested to see what he says here.
Off-Ramp Productions. The idea was I would make events for other streamers. It was an ambitious project. I hired a team of 30 people. About 16 months, I lost $3 million. That was because I scaled up too fast. I was too ambitious. That was a fault of mine. Beware of scaling up too fast. All right, now I need a clipper, an editor, a thumbnail guy, and then 2 weeks down the road, you're like, actually, sorry guys, I lied.
Yeah, so that's okay. I'm glad you talked about that. In terms of channel management and stuff like that, or if you're hiring people, that is always a big thing that I've been very aware of too, is like, you can be like, oh, we need this editor, we need this, we need all these people, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, what if we hire this person and then we don't have work for them? Like in a month, you can't hire for short term. That's called commissions. There is a responsibility there. That's why I'm always very like, not very quick on hiring people. I kind of just like wait to make sure, is this what I want to do? And then I go, okay, I do. And this is the person I want to hire. If you are a content creator and you have editors, you do have employees, you're a leader, you're a boss, you really need to have those skills. And if you don't, if you can't be a leader, you can't respect people and can't treat them like an employee deserves to be treated, you're not responsible enough to play that role. You need to hire someone now to play that role. And usually that doesn't always work out. Communications get mixed up, and that's a whole thing.
Thanks for your time, y'all. Appreciate it.
Shout out this Red Bull. It got right through this entire thing. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually really fucking good. I didn't get bored at all throughout any of those. And like, I'm gonna be honest, when I went to uni, I skipped so many lectures. I did not like lectures. They were so fucking boring. It is a lot of stuff. I'm gonna be so honest. Just because I have worked in this space for so long, it's not stuff that was like inherently new all the time. There was some new stuff for sure. It's just stuff that has like made me rethink about a lot of things that I wasn't really in the forefront of my mind. I think it's definitely things I'm going to apply. I want to apply. I really did like the last one. Just talking about the hiring notes, I think was a really good point. Really important for people whose goal is to do this, to know early about these things that like Lud didn't even know. He learned this whilst he was doing it. That's why he's probably teaching. He's like, yeah, I didn't know this shit. I wish I did. That's pretty cool.